All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Everyday with Sheréa. I'm Sheréa VéJauan, co-founder of the Goal Setters Club, author of the 2023 Goals Journal. It's not too late to reach your goals. The Goals Journal is available on Amazon.com. This is your daily goal accountability moment, helping you stay focused on the goals that you set for yourself this year in 2023. And so I'm here to offer you some resources, some tips, some resources, some tips on how to help you reach your goals. I've been messing around with my little technology here, so it's kind of hard. And I need my glasses and I can't see. So today I want to talk about, and this is not a health discussion. I just want to talk to you about what I'm doing, which is one of the reasons why I didn't show up yesterday. I was feeling some type of way. Yesterday, I was feeling some type of way. That is a poem in the making. So yesterday, I didn't show up because I was feeling some type of way. I started intermittent fasting. I started intermittent fasting before, which is why I stopped. But today I just want to share that journey with you. So Monday I officially started intermittent fasting. I also incorporated keto with that. And then I also started counting my calories, which, I don't know, I don't think black people were used to count calories. It's kind of, in a way, it's kind of annoying, because every time I'm like clicking on something to see how many calories it is, calories it is. And I guess that's why I could see why Weight Watchers and some of those other programs were popular, because I think they counted your calories and told you can have this. I've never been into that. But in January, I had with our meetup, I had passed out a handout that talked about intermittent fasting. And I want to share that with you guys in case you're interested in it. I know a lot of people started doing intermittent fasting. I heard about it from a group of people who I work with who were doing it, and they convinced me to get in with them. And it just didn't work out for me. I ended up not doing that. So I want to read this handout, and it's going to be available too to download. So if you're interested in intermittent fasting, you heard about intermittent fasting. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a health coach. But I have tried it before, and I'm trying it again. And there's a lot of resources out there. You just want to connect with a good resource that, that's knowledgeable about the subject. So if you're not familiar with intermittent fasting, it's an eating plan that incorporates at least 12 hours of fasting each day. I know a lot of people, the most popular one is 16 hours. The benefits of intermittent fasting are weight loss, lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, better blood sugar control, reduced inflammation, and the list goes on. So tip number one, if you want to start going into intermittent fasting before you actually start, try giving up dinner, which is really what was hard for me on Monday. I came home, made my husband some salmon and baked potato and green beans, and I was like, man, that's good. And it kind of made me sad. I'm just sharing my feelings. I know I'm gonna get some text messages because you guys been messaging me. I'm just telling you my own story. This may not be your story. And from there, I just want to go to bed. But if you start with eliminating dinner, and if you have dinner at 5 or 6 o'clock, and then you wait till 6 o'clock the next day, then that's already like 12 hours of fasting. So if you start with dinner and make sure you don't eat anything after dinner, that's a way to start that 12-hour fast. Experiment with different fasting schedules. You know, there's a 12-hour, there's 16 hours. Some people do it during the week only and not on the weekends. Some people do one meal a day. You know, I knew people that were doing 18 hours, 20 hours. They just had a 4-hour eating window and they fasted. Or they had black coffee, which was my main issue with intermittent fasting was coffee. That was one of my main issues, is when can I drink it? And once I drink it, then I've broken the fast. Now, you can have black coffee and not break the fast, but I don't like black coffee. I feel like I'm venting on this video. Okay, and then having an eating window that's too short could make it challenging to consume enough food. And that's how I felt too. Like, hey, you only got a 4-hour eating window. What are you eating in that window? Because a lot of people who were doing the intermittent fasting, they were eating whatever. They weren't like eating healthy. It's like, oh, let me go get this burger. Let me go get this. Okay, now I'm done eating, and then I'm going to fast the rest of the time. They lost weight. You know, they lost a lot of weight. Now, I don't know if the cholesterol levels went up and, you know, some other things happened, but they did lose the weight. Stay busy. So this is good and bad. If you stay busy, you kind of forget that you haven't eaten. But also, you want to make sure if you're busy that you keep track of your last meal window, because you don't want to go by and be like, oh, I missed my window. You know, now I can't eat. That happened to me the other day. Drink water. Water. Just because you're not eating doesn't mean you can't drink water. So water is your best beverage to consume on an intermittent fast. And then quality matters. So again, you know, the intermittent fasting itself, because your body is fasting, it's kind of helping you to lose that weight. But you also still want to put quality food in your body. Okay. Also, you could view the fasting period as a rest for your body and mind. You know, giving your body a chance to rest. Think about, there was a word I said instead of, I figured out what I was going to say. Instead of feeling deprived, you can feel revived. So instead of feeling deprived, you can feel revived, knowing that, you might be giving up a meal, you might be giving up your brownies, talking to myself, you might be giving up something, but you will feel revived in the end. Exercise, Lord. So I start exercising again with my trainer next week. I took off for a month just to kind of get organized here, which I shouldn't have took off, but I did. But I'm going back next week. So exercise, you can still exercise, and your body requires exercise to stay strong, fit, and healthy. What I did like about the intermittent fasting when I was doing 12 to 6, is that I was fasting that whole time from 6 all the way to lunch. And then when I went to the gym at 5, I was everything was like burning energy. I mean, burning fat. Plan out your meals. This is so important. Plan out your meals. And I have like a schedule, and then I have my meals scheduled in too. Okay, I'm going to have my coffee here. I'm going to have my breakfast here. I'm going to have my lunch here. And then take your lunch. Because if you get stuck and you're only doing keto, or you're only doing plant-based, and you don't have the right foods with you, then you end up cheating. Because now you're going to go with whatever's close by. All right. Expect some challenges. I was challenged on I didn't know I was going to be that challenged on Tuesday. I didn't know how it was going to affect me because I've done it before. It's not like it was that big of a deal, but it did affect me a little bit. And then I have some other ones that's not on this worksheet. So you're going to be able to download this worksheet in the companion worksheet section. Do intermittent fasting with some. So this is 2 parts. if you're going to try something new, intermittent fasting, keto, whatever you're going to try to take somebody with you. I always try to have somebody on the journey with me so you're not alone. Whenever we do our plant-based challenge, we do it together as a family. Whenever we do our water challenge, we do it as a family, which we'll be doing next month. So we try to do our challenges, we try to do our meals at the same time so that there's support. With the intermittent fasting, though, see, I got to be careful who's watching this video. With the intermittent fasting, you also want to try to team up with people who have the same schedule as you. My issue, too, was the group of people that I was doing it with were very consistent. And it was helpful because they're like, okay, this is your last meal. Okay, you're about to eat in 30 minutes. And so we would keep each other encouraged throughout the day. And then, text each other, hey, what did you eat or this and that. But the issue with me is that wasn't a good time for me. It was a good time, but it wasn't a good time for me because I get up at 3:50, 4 o'clock. I'm more hungry than them. I've already done so much work. And yeah, it seemed whiny, but I needed my eating window to be closer because I felt irritated more. It's different when you are being disciplined and then irritated. So now I'm starting with 12 hours and then I'm going to move on to 16 hours, but now I'm doing 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. since I get up at 3:50, and then mainly I just want to have my coffee. I want to have my coffee with cream and sugar, not black. So if I drank my coffee black, I would be able to extend my time. Or I think there's a window where it says if you do less than 50 calories. So one, do it with somebody. Do it with somebody and try to do it with somebody who has the same eating schedule as you. Set a timer like 1 hour before your last meal. This is helpful because I remember I had I tried to drink, I know, I'm telling on myself. I tried to have a cup of coffee before 4 because I know I stay up a little bit until 10. And for me to only have one cup of coffee at 4 a.m., it'll be hard for me to get through the rest of the night without that last cup of coffee. But sometimes I'll be like, oh, wait, it's 5 o'clock. I missed my coffee window. Now I don't have coffee for the rest of the night. So now I set an hour. I set about an hour before or hour and a half before. That way I can have whatever last meal I want, whatever last snack I want, whatever coffee I want without going over the window and then realizing, okay, that's it. Because sometimes you can get so busy, which is good. But if you were planning on eating one more thing or, having another snack, then it's too late for that. So set a timer like 1 hour before. And then educate yourself. Read books. Try to get information from reliable sources. In this case, I'm not a reliable source for intermittent fasting. I'm just sharing my own personal experience and I'm sharing my journey with you beforehand, just in case you want to come alongside me and join in intermittent fasting or you had questions about it. But I'm not the reliable source for it. I'm just sharing, right? So you want to read, educate yourself, and have reliable sources. I do want to show you the resources I'm using. Okay, I thought I had that in here. Let me see. Okay, so even though I had started intermittent fasting with some friends, I watched a video with Ed Milet and Dr. Ian Smith, and that's what really prompted me to take it a little more serious. I was like, okay, so he has a book called Clean and Lean. And I bought that right after I watched the podcast with Ed Milet and Dr. Ian Smith. He gave some really good points of why keto worked, why your body in ketosis works, and he also gave some information on why it doesn't work later. And then he talked about intermittent fasting. And then I just got yesterday Intermittent Fasting for Dummies, which is really good. It breaks down why, when, some other resources. And then because I also started keto diet for dummies, I personally like the dummies series because I like resources, I like links. So a lot of times when you get the Amazon Kindle version of these books, you can click right on the link. They have cheat sheets, and I love resources, and I like going back to where they got information from. And a lot of times when you do the Kindle, you can just click right on the link and go to it. So I love the dummy series. I try to look for the dummy series first, and then unless I'm personally recommended, unless someone personally recommended a book for me. So clean and lean, intermittent fasting for dummies, keto diet, and then I'm using the Lose It app, and so to count my calories. So what I did was put in my current weight and then my desired weight, and then they gave me till October. So they told me how many calories I can have per day in order to get to my desired weight, and they gave me October 2023. So my calorie intake is like 1271, where sometimes I'm eating 6,000, 7,000 calories a day, especially if I'm having a Chipotle bowl. If I'm having, first of all, my daughter works at Panera Bread. She opens. And then I have my other daughter who works at Chick-fil-A. She closes. So that's already a problem. The bread, the bagels, the pastries. And then at night, my daughter's like, hey, do you want some chicken strips with Chick-fil-A sauce and mac and cheese, and hey, we have a shake. And those are the type of calories that, even though I feel like I don't eat a lot like throughout the day, but what I'm eating has a lot of calories, and the times that I'm eating them at, and then sitting down most of the day and at the computer. So that has been a main issue. Or my daughter saying, hey, we got these cookies left over that, the nonprofits didn't pick up or whatever. And so now you have this bag of cookies, you have a bag of bagels, you have a bag of this. And then if there's no discipline, you're eating on it all throughout the day. All right. So these are the resources. This is what I'm currently using: Clean and Lean, intermittent fasting, keto diet, and the Lose It app. So you guys do your research, do your homework before you add anything to your plate. Make sure you talk to your doctor and see if that is a good option for you. Okay, so I'm going to have this as a download in the companion worksheet. I'll probably do that tomorrow. If I don't get a chance to do that today, you'll have this top 10 intermittent fasting tips to download. Okay, and then you have my resources right here. All right, you guys. Well, I know I've been rambling a little bit because and that's what I like about the goals journal, and that's what I like about myself, is that I'm going through this with you. When I'm saying, hey, set your goals, get your 7 steps, get your routines together. Yeah, sometimes it's hard. Some things might be easier for you. This is the hard part for me, telling myself no, discipline. And so working on my discipline. One, discipline by being on these videos every day at 5, and then my exercise plan, and then doing this keto intermittent fasting. So I will see you guys. You have an awesome day. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them at the bottom. Okay, bye.